How can I start learning English?
Start by learning simple words and phrases. Focus on common vocabulary like greetings, numbers, and everyday objects. Practice speaking and listening as much as possible. Repetition is key to building a strong foundation.
What is the best way to improve my vocabulary?
Use flashcards or vocabulary apps to learn new words daily. Try to learn words that are useful in your everyday life. Practice using them in sentences to remember them better. Review old words regularly to make sure you don't forget them.
How can I improve my English pronunciation?
Listen to native speakers and try to copy how they say words. Use online tools or apps that help with pronunciation. Record yourself speaking to hear how you sound. Practice difficult sounds slowly, and then speed up as you get better.
Should I focus on grammar when learning English?
Yes, but don't focus on grammar too much at the beginning. Start by learning basic sentence structures like subject, verb, object. Grammar will become easier as you practice speaking and writing. Understanding basic grammar helps you make sentences correctly.
How can I practice speaking English if I don't have anyone to talk to?
You can practice speaking alone by reading out loud. Try talking to yourself in English about your day. Use language exchange apps to find a conversation partner online. Even watching TV shows and repeating what they say can help.
What is the best way to learn English fast?
Immerse yourself in the language by listening to English music, watching shows, and reading books. Speak English every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Surround yourself with English as much as possible. Consistent practice is more important than learning a lot in one day.
How many hours should I study English every day?
It's better to study a little bit every day than to study for many hours once a week. Start with 30 minutes to 1 hour each day. Make sure to include speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Small, regular practice will help you learn faster.
Should I watch English movies with subtitles?
Yes, watching with subtitles can help you understand the language better. Start with subtitles in your native language, then switch to English subtitles as you improve. Pay attention to how words are used in context. Over time, try to watch without subtitles.
How can I practice my English listening skills?
Listen to English songs, podcasts, or news. Start with slow audio for beginners, and then gradually move to faster conversations. Repeat what you hear to help you understand better. The more you listen, the easier it will be to understand spoken English.
What is the easiest way to learn new English words?
Make a list of words that are useful to you in everyday life. Group words by categories like food, family, or travel. Use apps or games to make learning fun. Practice writing sentences with each new word to help you remember them.
Should I learn British or American English?
It depends on your goal, but both are good. British and American English are very similar, with only a few differences in spelling, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Pick one and focus on it, but don't worry if you mix them sometimes. Most people will understand both.
How important is grammar for beginners?
Grammar is important, but you don't need to know everything at once. Learn basic sentence patterns like I am or she is first. Over time, you can learn more complex rules. Focus more on communication at the start and improve your grammar gradually.
Can I learn English just by using apps?
Apps can help, but they are only one part of learning. Combine apps with speaking practice, reading, and listening. Apps are great for vocabulary and grammar practice, but real conversations help you improve faster. Use them as a tool, not the only method.
What should I do if I feel stuck in my learning?
Change the way you study to keep things interesting. Try a new app, watch a different show, or find new people to talk to. Set small goals to motivate yourself, like learning 5 new words a day. Don't be too hard on yourself. Learning takes time.
How can I improve my English writing?
Start by writing short sentences about everyday topics. Keep a journal in English to write about your day. Ask someone to check your writing for mistakes. As you practice, try to write longer sentences and use new words.
How can I build my confidence in speaking English?
Practice speaking every day, even if you feel nervous. Start with simple conversations like introducing yourself. The more you speak, the more comfortable you will become. Remember, mistakes are a normal part of learning, so don't be afraid to make them.
How long will it take me to become fluent in English?
It depends on how much you practice and your current level. If you study and practice every day, you can see progress in a few months. Becoming fluent might take longer, but steady practice helps you improve faster. Be patient and don't give up.
Is reading books a good way to learn English?
Yes, reading helps you improve vocabulary, grammar, and comprehension. Start with easy books or children's stories. As you improve, you can read more difficult texts. Reading also helps you learn how sentences are structured.
How can I learn English while having fun?
Watch English movies or TV shows, listen to music, or play language games. You can also learn through hobbies like cooking by following English recipes. Try to make learning part of things you enjoy doing. It helps you stay motivated and makes learning feel less like a chore.
Can I learn English by listening to music?
Yes, music is a fun way to improve listening skills and learn new words. Start with songs that have clear lyrics. Sing along to practice pronunciation and get used to the rhythm of the language. Pay attention to how words are used in different contexts.
Should I learn English grammar rules from the start?
It's not necessary to focus on all grammar rules at the beginning. Learn simple structures like how to make a sentence or ask questions. As you improve, you can study more complex grammar. The main goal at the start is to understand and communicate.
How can I practice English when I'm alone?
You can practice by reading out loud or speaking to yourself. Record yourself speaking and listen for mistakes. Use online resources like videos or podcasts to hear how English is spoken. You can also write in English or describe things around you to yourself.
Can watching YouTube videos help me learn English?
Yes, YouTube is a great resource for learning English. Many channels are dedicated to teaching English with clear explanations. You can also watch videos on topics that interest you in English. This helps improve your listening skills and learn new vocabulary.
How can I improve my English conversation skills?
Practice speaking with a friend or language partner as often as you can. Focus on everyday conversations like ordering food or introducing yourself. Try to use new words and expressions in these conversations. The more you practice, the more natural speaking will become.
What's the best way to study English grammar?
Learn grammar in small steps and practice with examples. Focus on one rule at a time, like present tense, before moving to the next. Use grammar exercises to test yourself and review often. Don't try to learn all the rules at once. Take your time.
How can I learn English vocabulary quickly?
Use a spaced repetition system, SRS, to review words regularly. Write new words in a notebook or app and review them every day. Use the words in sentences to help remember them. Try to learn words in groups like colors, animals, or actions.
What kind of TV shows should I watch to learn English?
Start with shows for English learners or simple, everyday shows like sitcoms. Choose shows with clear speech and short episodes. Watching with English subtitles can help you understand better. As your skills improve, you can watch more challenging shows.
How important is listening in learning English?
Listening is very important because it helps you understand how English is spoken in real life. It improves your pronunciation and helps you learn new words. You can listen to podcasts, news, or conversations to practice. The more you listen, the better your comprehension will be.
How can I remember new English words?
Review words regularly using flashcards or vocabulary apps. Write them down in a notebook and say them out loud. Practice using the words in conversations or writing. Associating new words with pictures or actions can also help you remember.
Should I learn English idioms?
Yes, learning idioms can help you understand native speakers better. Start with common idioms that you might hear in everyday conversations. Practice using them in your sentences to make your English sound more natural. However, don't focus on them too much at the beginning.
Is it okay to make mistakes while speaking English?
Yes, making mistakes is a natural part of learning any language. Every mistake is a chance to learn and improve. Don't be afraid to speak because of mistakes. The more you practice, the fewer mistakes you'll make over time.
How can I get better at understanding fast English speakers?
Start by listening to slow speech and gradually increase the speed as you improve. Focus on understanding the main ideas first, not every word. Ask people to slow down if you're having trouble. With more listening practice, fast speech will become easier to understand.
How can I learn English phrases for daily life?
Make a list of phrases you might need in your everyday life, like asking for directions or ordering food. Practice these phrases out loud until they become natural. Use apps or language courses that focus on conversation. Try to use these phrases when speaking to others.
Should I translate from my language to English?
At the beginning, it's okay to translate simple words to help you learn. But try not to rely on translation too much. Focus on thinking in English as much as possible. This helps you become more fluent and confident in speaking.
How can I improve my English comprehension?
Read and listen to materials that are just above your current level. Try to understand the main ideas first, even if you don't know every word. Use context clues to guess the meaning of unfamiliar words. Practice regularly by reading and listening to English every day.
What are some good resources for learning English online?
You can use websites like Duolingo, BBC Learning English, and YouTube channels for English learners. There are also apps like HelloTalk for finding language partners. Find resources that suit your learning style, whether it's games, videos, or exercises.
Can I learn English by reading news articles?
Yes, reading news articles helps you learn current vocabulary and improve your comprehension. Start with simple news articles for beginners. Try to read about topics you're interested in so you stay motivated. Reading the news also exposes you to different writing styles.
How can I practice English when I'm busy?
You can listen to English podcasts or audiobooks while doing other tasks, like driving or cooking. Try speaking to yourself or thinking in English throughout the day. Use short breaks to review vocabulary or do quick grammar exercises. Even 5 minutes of practice is better than none.
What's the best way to learn English grammar naturally?
Read and listen to a lot of English to see how grammar is used in context. Pay attention to sentence structure when you read or listen to English. Try to copy the patterns you see when you speak or write. Over time, grammar will feel more natural.
Should I focus on speaking or writing first?
For beginners, it's usually easier to focus on speaking first. Speaking helps you build confidence and practice grammar in real time. Writing can be more difficult because it requires more attention to grammar and structure. Both are important, but speaking often comes more naturally.
How can I avoid forgetting what I've learned?
Regularly review old vocabulary and grammar rules. Use spaced repetition to help keep words fresh in your memory. Practice using what you've learned in conversations or writing. The more you use English, the less likely you are to forget it.
How can I learn English on a budget?
Many free resources are available, like YouTube channels, websites, and apps for language learning. Libraries often have free English books or materials. You can also join language exchange groups online to practice with others. Learning doesn't have to be expensive if you use the right tools.
How can I improve my grammar without memorizing rules?
Read and listen to a lot of English, and notice how sentences are structured. Practice using common sentence patterns in your own conversations and writing. Focus on understanding how the language works naturally, rather than memorizing every rule. Over time, you'll start to feel how grammar works without needing to think about it.
Can social media help me learn English?
Yes, you can follow English-speaking pages or groups on social media. Try to engage with posts by commenting or asking questions in English. Watching short videos or reading posts helps you learn everyday language. Just make sure to balance social media with more focused study.
How can I sound more natural when speaking English?
Focus on using common phrases and expressions that native speakers use. Practice listening to conversations and copying how they sound. Try to reduce unnecessary pauses and speak with more confidence. Over time, you'll feel more comfortable and sound more natural.
What should I do if I don't understand someone speaking English?
Don't be afraid to ask them to repeat or slow down. You can say, "Can you please repeat that?" Or, "Could you speak more slowly?" Pay attention to key words that help you understand the main idea. It's okay not to understand everything. Just try to get the general meaning.
How can I improve my reading comprehension?
Start with simple texts and gradually move to more difficult ones. Try to understand the main ideas first, then focus on details. Look up words you don't understand, but try to guess the meaning from context first. Read a little bit every day to build your skills.
Can I learn English by playing video games?
Yes, many video games require reading and interacting in English. Choose games with lots of text or conversations to practice reading and listening. You can also play multiplayer games and chat with other players in English. It's a fun way to improve your language skills while doing something you enjoy.
How do I stop feeling nervous when speaking English?
Start by practicing in low-pressure situations, like speaking with a friend or family member. Remember that everyone makes mistakes when learning a language. Focus on communication, not perfection. The more you speak, the more comfortable and confident you'll feel.
What should I do if I feel like I'm not improving?
Sometimes progress is slow, but that doesn't mean you're not improving. Take a break, and then come back with a fresh perspective. Try changing your study routine to make learning more interesting. Celebrate small successes to stay motivated.
How can I improve my English speaking fluency?
To become fluent, practice speaking every day, even for a few minutes. Try to talk about simple topics like your day, favorite foods, or hobbies. Don't worry about making mistakes. Focus on speaking without long pauses. Over time, speaking will feel more natural and fluid.
How can I expand my English vocabulary?
Read books, watch shows, and listen to podcasts to encounter new words. Keep a notebook or use an app to write down unfamiliar words. Try to use the new words in conversations or writing. The more you expose yourself to English, the more words you'll naturally learn.
Should I focus on British or American English pronunciation?
Either pronunciation is fine, and people will understand you no matter which you choose. Focus on the one that interests you or is most useful for your goals. British and American English have some differences in pronunciation, but it's okay to mix them a little. Understanding both can also help you when listening to different accents.
How can I practice English at home?
You can watch English TV shows or movies, listen to podcasts, or read English books. Try to speak in English with family members or even to yourself. Use language learning apps or online resources to keep improving. Writing a daily journal in English can also help you practice.
What should I do if I don't know a word in English during a conversation?
Try to explain the word using simpler English or describe it with other words. Don't stop speaking if you forget a word. Keep going and try your best. You can ask the person you're speaking with for help by saying, "What's the word for?" Most people will be happy to assist.
How can I learn English grammar in an easy way?
Start by learning basic rules, like how to form simple sentences. Practice using these rules in short conversations or writing exercises. Gradually learn more advanced grammar, but always practice what you've learned. Make it easier by studying one rule at a time and using real examples.
Is it important to practice listening to different accents?
Yes, it's useful to listen to various English accents because people speak differently around the world. Start with one accent that you find easiest to understand, then branch out to others. Listening to different accents will help you understand English in different contexts. It also prepares you for real-life conversations with people from different places.
What kind of books should I read to improve my English?
For
Should I
beginners,
focus
it's
on
best to start
speaking
with
or
simple
writing
books
first?
like children's stories or graded readers. As you get better, move on to short novels, articles, or books about topics you enjoy. Reading what interests you makes it easier to stay motivated.